Welcome to all of you from all of your centers. Today we'll talk about Dhamma like we usually do every Friday, and we gather together to share our views. And the Dhamma topic that we'll talk about is something that is usually near to us. We meet with this constantly. Today we'll talk about the topic of what is being selfish like and what is being unselfish like. How do we differentiate between these two behaviors? All of us live in this world and we have social groups that we are a part of. We gain an education in school and university. We have friends, close ones and acquaintances. At work we have co-workers and we have family and relatives. We don't just live alone. And when we are together in these social groups, some people will have selfishness. They see and act for their own benefit. And some people will have acts of sacrificing for others' benefit. And even just for ourselves, we probably have met with certain difficult situations where we try not to be selfish, but we may lose our mindfulness and end up being selfish regardless. Maybe our mindfulness wasn't able to keep up with the selfishness, or we may later on be able to bring up enough mindfulness to know that we are being selfish, and then we quickly change and do something about it. We are likely to have experienced this. So here we will look at what do we call selfishness and what is called unselfishness. I have a question as well. If in society, in work, I have friends and co-workers and sometimes I don't help them out, but I'm not harming them, is this called selfishness, Tanajan? Here we have to learn about this as it is important. Let us discuss and ask for others' opinions on what views you have about this selfishness and unselfishness. Meet and talk about it.
My feeling is that if we have selfishness, we only look to our own benefit and ignore the welfare of our fellow human beings. When it's like that, we don't have any happiness, and neither does the world, because selfish people will harm one another. So, we have to avoid selfishness and avoid acting for personal advantage. The second question is, have you ever been selfish? In the past, I might have been. It has to be that way somewhat. Everyone is selfish in that they want things for themselves. Sometimes, when waiting in line, I've had the selfish wish to cut ahead, but nowadays it doesn't happen very often. So the selfishness has decreased? It's decreased and I don't really notice it anymore. Nowadays I don't wish for anything belonging to anyone else. What about self-sacrifice? If I see beggars at the market, I'll give them food, and if workers who don't get paid very much eat at our restaurant, I'll try to give them a full meal. Or if it's someone who doesn't have any money at all, or an old person, I won't charge. I feel like I have enough, so I want to share with other people. These days I find a lot of happiness in practicing generosity and making merit. I think selfishness tends to involve not wanting to give to other people, wanting to keep things for oneself. We don't want to see people better off than ourselves. Not wanting to see other people better off than us, that's more like jealousy. Selfishness, to put it simply, is putting oneself first. Other people can come after. The second question is, have you ever done anything selfish? Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Say I'm driving. Normally I let other people go ahead, but if I have some business to do and I'm in a hurry, I'll cut in front. This turns into selfishness. I'm in a hurry and I want to be first. This is selfishness. Here's the last question. What kind of sacrifices have you made for others? I like helping other people. If they're in difficult circumstances, I'll try to donate dry rice and dry food to them. In the past, I've done this every year. Selfishness means just looking out for yourself, not considering the other people around you or the environment around you. Whatever you do, you just think of yourself. That is selfishness. Have you ever done anything selfish? I have. For example, when I'm working in a group, sometimes I feel tired or lazy or don't feel like working. These feelings of laziness or not wanting to do my job are selfish. The last question is, what kinds of sacrifices have you made for other people? I was the eldest child in my family, and when I was young, my family was poor. As the older brother, I had to think of my younger siblings and parents whatever I did. I had to sacrifice for them ever since I was young. Thank you.
เห็นแก่ตัวหมายถึงอะไรครับ
ค่ะความเห็นแก่ตัวก็เหมือนเป็นการที่เรานึกถึงแต่ตัวเองโดยที่ไม่นึกถึงเพื่อนร่วมงานหรือคนอื่นนะคะใช่ย่อๆประมาณนั้นได้นะคะ
โอเคแล้วก็เราเคยทำสิ่งที่เห็นแก่ตัวไหม
ก็ต้องเคยมีทำค่ะแต่บางครั้งเราจะรู้ตัวบางครั้งเราก็ไม่รู้ตัวค่ะแต่พอเรารู้ตัวเราก็ปรับตัวเองอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะอย่างเช่นเหมือนกับเหมือนเรามีของสิ่งหนึ่งแล้วบางทีเราก็ต้องเหมือนกับเสียสละหรือแบ่งปันให้กับคนอื่นแต่ถ้าเมื่อก่อนถ้าเราเป็นเด็กคือเรายังไม่เคยเข้าวัดหรือเราก็เหมือนกับว่าไม่เคยเห็นคนอื่นที่เขาทำบางทีเราเห็นคนอื่นอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเราก็เนอะเราก็แบ่งปันของเรามีเราก็แบ่งให้คนอื่นบ้างอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
ก็เราเล่าเรื่องประสบการณ์ของเราในการเสียสละ
ในการเสียสละก็อย่างเช่นเหมือนกับถ้าเหมือนกับอยู่ที่ทำงานนะคะเหมือนเราก็อาจจะต้องเสียสละเวลาส่วนตัวเพื่อช่วยเพื่อนร่วมงานหรือเสียสละเวลาส่วนตัวเพื่อช่วยชุมชนซึ่งก็จะมีกิจกรรมอะไรให้เราไปช่วยเหมือนทำให้คนอื่นมีความสุขเราก็มีความสุขด้วยอย่างนี้ค่ะ
Can you see that every person has this problem of selfishness? This selfishness isn't something trivial. It is the first step on the ladder for us to become a good person. And from a good person to develop into someone who has the higher Dhammas until letting go. So letting go is like the highest point. Selfishness is like the floor. But Dhamma practitioners want to get right to letting go. They aren't interested in doing anything about their selfishness. They do everything for their own good. Like this, they won't get anywhere. Because being together in society, as a lay person or at work, they need to help each other out. It is a foundation. Or for the monks who ordain and live in a monastery, they have monastic duties such as morning and evening chanting, going for alms, or work and chores like sweeping the monastery grounds, doing duties such as cleaning the toilets or other physical work. They need to help out with it. This topic is actually something that is quite refined. For instance, if the monks go to group chanting and one monk chants loudly, then another monk just lets that monk chant loudly themselves and they don't chant loud. They feel like their throat is dry and they let the others chant. This is selfishness already. It's like going to group chanting but not really going to chanting. It's not different than being in one's own dwelling. Not different at all. Because they don't chant. They don't get anything good out of it. Going to chanting is for us to chant. It's not that we just sit there and let the others chant. It's not like that. If everyone thought like this, that we just sit there quietly and let the others chant, and there are only 2 or 3 people chanting, will it work? It won't work. They may think it's letting go. It's not. This is letting go in terms of someone who has no wisdom, of a stupid person. Letting go is a Dhamma that is extremely high. It's for someone who has wisdom that has sacrificed fully. Someone who understands completely about sacrificing for others' benefit. When they are at this level, then they can truly let go. But when we can let go sometimes, that is good. But it shouldn't be that our normal foundation is that we are selfish and that we say we are letting go. That is letting go of sensibility. It's like we aren't interested. For example, our friend is working and lifting something heavy, and we see them and we don't do anything. We don't help them out. We don't help them in their activity they're doing. This is not letting go. It's like we have eyes, but we don't have eyes. Or if we hear the bell to indicate that one must go to morning chanting, we have ears, we hear the sound, but we sleep in and don't go to chanting. It's like we have ears, but we don't have ears. This is not right. We have eyes to see and have ears to hear. It is to let go of our selfishness. It's the beginning foundation. This is an important beginning virtue that will lead us to head to the higher Dhammas. So in conclusion, many people have and will have this behavior of selfishness, but we need to work at giving it up. When we can give it up and can improve at it, in the end, we will be able to let go of it completely. In the beginning, we need to let go of selfishness. Be firstly someone of sacrifice through words and actions. Do benefit for yourself and benefit for others. This is important. So you understand? I understand.